so that people will help you to apprehend them. In the local palace, you have to shout, ole, ole. If you don't do it, you may just be found guilty of contributory negligence. So the issue here is not that the court is for them to be punished. The first act in criminal proceeding is complaint.
Yeah, but the act has to, the court has to find them guilty before it punishes.
The act has not finished.
Yeah.
In 64, subsection 4, the act says you cannot collate, you cannot collate or announce results until you confirm and verify the results with the result already transmitted and transferred, recorded in the beavers, the accredited voters, and the number of votes in the beavers. Section 64, subsection 4, subsection 5. And in subsection 6, it says if there is a dispute, in other words, somebody says, look at what I have. It's different from what is in the beaver. He said, you will have to stop, compare with the result in the beaver. And if there is contradiction, the one in the beaver prevails. INEC chairman is the chief returning officer in the issue of presidency. There was no beavers at all throughout, and he went on to collect and announce, making it a criminal offense. Again, according to subsection 64.
All right, you've laid out the law and you understand the process. For some will say, going by your analogy of shouting thief, thief, thief.
Yes.
You could incite people
Yes.
to do jungle justice.
You say, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. You could incite people to jungle justice if you do that. Some may say that, and that's what the governing party is saying, that there is a proper channel, which is the court. You seem to have all the evidence, you understand the law and what has been done here. Why are you so afraid of going to the courts? Because that's what the governing party is saying, that you're afraid to go to the courts.
Well, in
Why?
fairness, actually, the Labour Party has come out today to say that they are going to.
To mount a legal challenge.
They're going to, although they haven't, but they said they're
Yes.
going to.
But before you talk about healing, when there's a disease, you have to analyze the pathology. The pathology of this case is that there was a leak. If there was no reasonable suspicion that there was no election at all, as a matter of fact, I know there was no election at all. As long as there's no transmission from the polling unit. And look at, I know, this country, the level of impunity is really very insulting. No, they're telling us they will finish up they have
After the fact.
40,000.
As of 176,000 plus.
After collecting and announcing, which is a criminal offense, as a matter of fact, they are admitting to Nigerian people to the crime. Now, what are we saying? What I'm telling you is that if you don't cry thief, I going to come. And I told you that the first act in criminal procedure is complaint.
But you didn't
Who
have.
am I incited? Okay, let me ask you, Adesu Abeng. So, if somebody wants to steal your goods in your house, you say, no, allow him to steal it.
First, I don't have a gut. But Mr.
No, I'm
What
do you do?
Okay, but
Thief. People will come and help you.
Great. Okay,
Secure your goods.
let's go back to the polling unit, because we've been hearing from all sides, in this matter.
Yeah.
At every polling unit, as you have stated, there are levels to the process. At the polling unit, you had agents. They signed on to these results. They watched them being uploaded, or maybe not. At the world level, they did the same. It got to the state and got to the national, and then we hear opposition raising the alarm. What happened at those levels, the polling units to the state level? What happened there?
If you are following my Twitter, I raised alarm on the Saturday Money Act. I went there, and I'm a leader of my people. Here we annihilated APC and PDP in Enugu State. My polling unit, we have about 1,000. And we got about 900 and something votes. What I am saying is that almost by midnight, because I instructed the polling unit agents that they must remain there, that if the result is not transmitted from there, is of no effect. They remain, and then reported to me. The Senate is going, the House of Reps is going, the presidential is not going. I don't need any of your person to talk. That's a willful manipulation of givers. Because when you have 3 elections, one cannot do, 2 go, and the 3rd one did not go.
Yeah, that's
so I raised alarm.
Raises questions.
And I even raised alarm before the election on Professor Mahmood on China's television Thursday. I said he's a suspect, and I have my doubt. Because if a wreck openly told you that certain tribes that they are migrants in Lagos, and you saw evidence that all the PVCs that we are not sharing, we are sharing the same name, and a wreck is defended. If you are the chief returning officer, you don't remove that wreck, then with profound respect you are complicit. And we saw what happened. I said it, that Lagos election is going to come this week. We led in Lagos election by more than 900 and something thousand votes. Don't take my words for it. Take the words of a PDP person in Lagos. That Labour led with this amount by their own agent's record. You know what? P2B won in the political capital of Nigeria, telling you that people that are near the administrative headquarters have acknowledged that he is the best administrator. He won in the commercial left center of Lagos, telling you that businessmen, elite businessmen and ordinary traders have recognized that he is the best commercially inclined administrator we should have. He won the national chairman of APC's polling unit. He won in the polling unit of the Director General of APC. He won everywhere in Nigeria, north, south, east, west. He's the only person that got 85% of the votes in all the geopolitical zones. Only person. And nobody had more states than him. Do you want him to kill these people politically before you give him his mandate?
Well, let me take you up on that question of Lagos, for instance, because Lagos obviously is the state with the largest number of registered voters and the largest number of people who collected their PVCs. So the expectation was that you would have upwards of at least 5 million voters, but they got barely 1.4 million. In your assessment, all that youth energy is been either maliciously or apathetically dissipated.
Not apathetically, it was maliciously destroyed. The votes, and some of them were open. All the places, and whether they were won by the one buyer of the bar. The vote was out there. He said we will receive directive from the top. And Bola Tinubu made the directive openly. He said it openly to his followers. Power is not self-allocated. You have to fight for it at all costs. You have to grab it at all costs. You have to snatch it at all costs. And you have to run away with it at all costs. And this was exactly what happened in Lagos. And the Baale of the Para, or whatever, confessed that they received the directive to do that, and they warned everybody that if you don't do that, you will destroy it. Thank you. And that was what happened in Lagos. The one that hurts me is that the men were not even spared of this. You saw this picture of a woman whose eye was nearly blinded. I don't know the savages that we have. What I do to women, I hold them, I cherish them, I love them, and I make LOVE to them. Forgive me. But I don't understand.
That rather takes the conversation
I
in a
don't
different
understand
direction.
that you will get a woman whose only problem is that she came to exercise her franchise and you told her is safe and secure, and you brutalized her. Those people are not human beings, they are savages.
Okay. Will you say what happened in Lagos played out across the country? because even the international observers, which you started the open speech with, did say that this election was largely peaceful, even though there were some other complaints. And just to piggyback on Charles's question, because I'm looking at the voter turnout numbers, 29%, even for a country that has witnessed low voter turnout, that is extremely low. 29%. So would you say what happened in Lagos State House across the country?
It is because a lot of manipulation went in the registration enforcement. I gave you a number that you don't have. Thank God for even bigger.
What numbers are manipulated now? The registration, the collection, or the vote
Did you
itself?
not see a 4-year-old boy who brought out the PVC? He's there in the open. So because they know that eyes are watching them, many of such did not come out. That's what I'm saying, the manipulation. And maybe a lot of the cattle that they gave names, that they registered, most of them did not come out. Remember that some immigrants from Nigeria, Republic and Chad were openly arrested in Kano. He's dead. He was broadcasted. So when they know that the government is serious, those ones will not come. So when you purge the system already from those illegalities, it has reduced. Then secondly, in voting properly, you know that people have been threatened. They went to Southeast and told them they must sit at home, they will not vote. Of course, it was discarded. Then they went to Lagos and openly told them, if you're not coming out to vote APC, don't come out. And even on election day, they carried out the threats. So those ones that some of them that had come and heard it, some of them ran back. Then again, after the voting, remember, they are questioning the system and they said voters by the leaders. Because they willfully destroyed a lot of the votes of the opposition. They will now have to bring down the number of registered voters because one vote at COVID becomes overvoting. That's why you've not seen all those recorded voters. Can you see, I'm sorry to say, the silliness of this? After collecting and announcing against the law, they will now take the collated result and announce the result and carry their beavers and go home and start inputting it. Not in the polling unit, in their government houses. After doing that, and they are releasing it at their leisure to tell you the level of impunity. After doing that, they will not tell you, we have inputted 140,000.
But INEC said he had a glitch. Can you prove that they were uploading this result from their government houses?
Very, I know it's just Congress, it's subjective, not even objective, not even any oral evidence can contradict objective reality. What glitch did you witness in this democracy? Have you seen any one person complain about that? What glitch did you witness in the House of Rep? This is the same machine that is organizing the fight. What machine? There was nothing.
Is it possible that?
Yes. So
And
it's
your party?
possible.
No, but let me ask you.
And let me tell you.
I'm not playing the devil. I want to ask
Let
you.
the devil's advocate. I cannot tell you.
Based on this fact,
Good.
we did see political parties that didn't have candidates for the National Assembly election, such as your party. So, in that wise, you would have less candidates and less results to upload. However, when it came to the presidential elections, we didn't have 18 political parties, which is more. Do you think that perhaps that's why we saw the glitch for the president? Is it possible? Is it possible? And I did say in that statement that they had not upgraded to a national election level from an off-season cycle. That's what INEC said.
After collecting 305 billion naira of borrowed money, the generations are going to pay. Any INEC man that tells you that should be sitting in jail. What did he do with the money? INEC did a mock voting. These are all deceits. These are the reasons why such poor innocent lady went to vote. After being in mock, they said, Nigeria, we are ready. Okay, at that point you notice the so-called glitch. Section 24 says it has become an emergency. You can't fulfill this law. The only choice you have is to postpone. Nothing else.
Right, so let's just be
You
clear.
cannot proceed in criminality. You can't.
let's be clear on the
And section 24 says,
right, let's be clear on what you're saying.
Yeah.
The crux of your anger, and by
Yeah.
that I mean that of your party and your supporters, and the allegations of rigging is the fact that INEC failed to upload in real time the results from the various polling units into its server in order to prevent any manipulation, but instead went through the process of manual entry and reading of the results. And in your assessment, that increased the chances of manipulation and misrepresentation. But you don't actually have any evidence of that manipulation and misrepresentation.
I am telling you the evidence that you are reiterating.
Well, I'm asking, I need to be
The
very
first
clear on the
evidence
points you
is
made.
that during elections were held on the Sunday, you were not told there was any
Yeah, but I think you have made a very good point when she said that the number of people
Yeah.
who were being uploaded and the number of political parties who were being uploaded for the presidential election
Yeah.
could easily, possibly,
Yeah.
not probably, but possibly, could have overwhelmed the system.
Good. INEC knew the number of voters. INEC knew their system. And the funny thing is that in the presidential election, you have only one constituency. Between the Senate and the House of Reps, you have about 469 constituencies. And the 469 constituencies, he was going. That ought to crash more. Each constituency has its own 18 times 18, 469. That ought to crash more. It did not crash. What happened to you? In the presidency, one constituency. And they are telling you glitch. And they did not tell you the glitch before they started. And they said they tested. They did a mock examination.
Yeah, but with a limited.
They commenced. That's what I'm saying. That's
with a
sample.
limited number of.
That's sample.
Yeah,
It's
so.
allowed. And it worked. And they already knew their capacity. It's not as something that on that day was when they realized the number of voters. They already knew. And then they did not tell us that there was a glitch. Right. Until, did you know that after 48 hours, there was only one state that was announced within 48 hours. No beavers, no accredited voters, no as in transmission. You didn't tell us there was a glitch. It was when Nigerians started shouting, said there was a glitch. You know what? That there was a glitch is not an excuse. In law, when you want to defend yourself, general traverse is not a defense at all.
Right, okay, let me ask
It has to be
you this.
specific.
Yeah.
It has to be mentioned.
Right.
In which polling unit was there a glitch?
Right.
Throughout Nigeria, not one polling unit sent any result electronically to their server. Throughout the whole Nigeria, not one polling unit. There was no election. I put it to them.
Okay, well, you've made that point and you've made it strident. But what I need to ask you is this. If or when this ends up in court and gets into the process of being decided by the courts,
Yeah.
can you and Nigerians trust that it'll be a fair, independent process? Do you have faith in the judiciary when it comes to election suits?
Sadly, no. And why am I saying that? Because they can give you Machina treatment. Bashiru Machina. Bashiru Machina, an innocent, poor Muslim, trusting in his party, APC, trusting the untrustable. He went for his primary, used his meager resources, contested. When he was contesting, Ahmed Lawan was contesting for the presidency. In front of everybody, Koro. After that, APC said, Lawan is their nominee. And when they went to court, Ahmed Lawan stopped at Court of Appeal and said he would not appeal. And their party, political party, went to appeal. And yet they gave order to go the Ahmed Lawan. knowing that they cannot give order positively, they now rely on technicality. Meanwhile, justice, the present principle of law by the Supreme Court, is that you cannot terminate justice on the altar of sheer technicality. That is the position of the law. Yet the Supreme Court denied the poor Bashiru Machina his nomination based on they would have used writ of summons instead of originating summons. Meanwhile, in the practice, they say you should use originating summons. Meaning, because they want to snatch it from him, even if you have to use writ of summons, they say no. In the practice direction, you ought to use originating summons. But Machina said this is open robbery. And you know what? Unfortunately, I agree with him. So, whether I have my doubts, oh yes, because you can deliver judgment without delivering justice.
Incredible.
So what they are doing is delivering judgment, not delivering justice. So when I have my doubts,
Okay.
plenty.
All right. Two quick things and very quickly. Can you define this relationship between Labour Party and PDP that we're beginning to see in the aftermath of this election? Secondly, the president-elect Bola Tinubu, because he has been, he has been given a certificate of return by INEC, identifying him as Nigeria's next president. He has given two speeches today, and in those two speeches, they were reconciliatory, most people would say, extending the olive branch, in fact, mentioning political parties that were in the race with him, including the Labour Party, when he said be obedient. Are you saying you're not going to be extending your hand to receive that olive branch because you've gone to court? Are you considering it as a party?
What I am saying is that let him give us our mandate. We will do a better reconciliatory speech and thank him very well for giving us our mandate, and God will bless him. That's what we want him to do. Saying whether I will accept, I didn't even listen to it. I said there was no election. How can I be approbating and reprobating?
What's the relationship between Labour Party and PDP? Very quickly.
There is no relationship with what you have when you start collation. You saw many agents there. Are they related? Because they are still together. No.
You have joint press.
That's what I'm saying. We have joint press conference because both of us are plaintiffs in this case. Does not mean we are related.
Okay.
We have joint interests we want to address.
All right.
So there is no relationship.
Right. Kenneth, I want to thank you very much indeed. And before you go, let me make the point that we were supposed to have someone. We extended an invitation to the ruling APC party. They confirmed they were going to give us a guest. And then just 15 minutes before they were due to go on air, they said to us that the guest will no longer be available. So let's just be clear on that. Kenneth, I want to thank you very much indeed. And Kenneth Okonkwo is a Nollywood star, lawyer and spokesperson for the Labour Party's Presidential Campaign Council. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to make one comment. I don't want anybody to address me by any title again in Nigeria. Nobody in Nigeria today is honorable enough to bear any title. Worst of it, if you call me chief, because it sounds like chief. So please, I don't want,
We'll keep that in mind.
You only add this time because to know that I'm a man, especially in this modern time when.
Okay, let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. We're going to take a break. I'll be right back with a special.